Hey folks, from the Green Hat Gardening. Today we're trimming the tomatoes. Yeah, you heard me right. Y'all gonna think I've lost my mind. But we have a literal tomato jungle here. And there's a pathway here. And it's overtaking the okra bed. And you see one of the poles fell down. And so what I've got to do first is trim all this extra back. We still have plenty of stalks back here that will make for plenty of tomatoes later, especially these cherries. They're going crazy. But I've got to be able to walk down this aisle, and that's what I ran into last year is the problem. And he ended up with very poor tomato yields when I didn't do it. And the pumpkins went crazy and I couldn't control them either. So gotta kind of nip this in the bud and do what I can to get things back on track with the tomatoes this year. So let's get the chopping. Okay. So I just want to kind of investigate here and see what's what. I mean, I don't know, things are so bad. The cherries, there's not going to be any propping them back up. I've got to chop these cherries, which it pains me to do. But you've got to start somewhere. Some of this I wonder if I'm going to get in here and get some things maybe chopped. If I can't prop things back up somehow. If I can't get all this one on there. Oh, they have rooted. Part of the problem, they are rooted back onto themselves. Maybe but to get this under the nail. This was already wired to that, so now I'll just pull this out. More than a little bit of a hot mess. This one. And this one will go over around here. Oh, and get in the cage. I've got a tomato cage for so on the outside of the bed. reach the other thing, it will. But first we are going to thread this through something. It's not perfect by any means. Can't even tell what I'm stepping on here. The whole full tomato plant that's rooted itself in the ground. What I'm going to do is get in here. There, we have that wired up. You can see the space that I'm making here again, and that's a bit of a hot mess. Bit of a hot mess before, and if I want any hope of getting cherry tomatoes or anything out, I've got to keep this going. Okay, so we'll move down a bit. Wire. It's going to wire the back side of this, but they're going to put wire the back side of this. The lamb's quarters are working so well, unfortunately, too. And all this mayhem. Let that get out before they go to seed. And let's see if I could do the same things here. It might require a little more chopping. In. All the way across. Yeah, this is a fully rooted tomato plant. It's crazy. So these tomato plants that are fully rooted, I may have to see if I cannot just, if I can't reuse them somewhere. I don't know. It may not be worth the effort. But it is worth the effort of saving the okra. And claiming my garden space here. Okay, so you can see this huge mass that I pulled here, and now look at my path. So it was just the cherries that had fallen over, so there's additional wires that are needed right now. These are better boys and aromas, and the aromas are starting to set fruit, but I've got to get them tied up a little bit, but they're not as bad, and I won't have to cut them, I don't believe. I'm running into a problem. The morning glory, as I do every year, but that's okay. That just is what it is. That's a battle you have to fight. But we've got this cleaned up a bit, and some weeds and some walking room, and I have my path back, and I can see now that I at least do not have any damage on the okra. In fact, they're all doing really, really well here. These transplants are actually doing better than what was in the original beds. So this is great. This is great news. There's still weeds, and you see this? We have chipmunks that have come through and planted sunflowers everywhere in these huge groupings, and they're useless like this. There's no point in these sunflowers being here. So I'm pulling all of them out, just dozens and dozens. You see them all over there. They don't hurt anything for now. That's okay. We still have plenty of weeds and some maintenance stuff to do here in the garden. But this was a good effort for today. And so until next time, keep digging and keep growing.